I want to start a business. What are the steps that I need to take? That's what's going to be answered in today's episode of the W2 Prison Break Show. This is the podcast to help you fire your boss and become the CEO of your own business in under 12 months. I'm your host, Brian O'Neill, and today we are going to address the 3 things that you need to do to start your own business and start getting customers and start making money. It's just 3 things. By the end of this episode, you are going to have a clear path as to what you need to do to become a business owner in a very short amount of time. I'm going to make a couple of assumptions here. Number 1, you're doing this while you're still employed with your 9-to-5 job. So this is going to be a side hustle for you, but you are going to be able to manage this and you're going to be able to start this business while you're still utilizing your W-2. The first step is very simple. Open up an LLC. Yes, correct. That's what you heard. Open up an LLC. It is not brainstorm a bunch of ideas and names for my business and come up with a fancy, pretty website. I simply just want you to incorporate, get an LLC. Now, if you need some help with that, there's a company that I use, and there's a link in the show notes, Prime Corporate Services, and they will help you set up the entity for you, and they'll give you the articles of incorporation, the operating agreement. They'll give you the EIN number, which is important because you're going to need that for step number 2, and they'll handle it all for you. You're going to pay somewhere between $400 and $500. I got a special rate, so look at the link in the show notes. But just incorporate and don't overthink it. You don't have to have the name figured out 100% because none of that stuff makes any difference anyways. You just need an LLC because you do not want to be doing this in your personal name. Okay. Step number 2 is to open up a business bank account, Once you get your EIN number from your LLC, again, Prime Corporate will do all that stuff for you. You go in to your local bank. You can use the bank that you already have a relationship with, or you can walk into a local small regional bank, which is not a bad idea because they can also help you with funding potentially down the line. Go in and open up an account in the name of the business. Put some money in there, and guess what? Now you are in business. You have an entity, you have a bank account, you are fully incorporated, and now it is time for you to move to step number 3, which is go out and get customers. Go find leads to call on, to market to, and bring customers into your business. Here's how you do this. There's a couple different things you can do depending on what type of business you're starting. If you're a freelancer, if you're starting a freelancing or consulting business, you can go on a site like Upwork and start finding clients there. Do it on the cheap. Hell, do it for free if you need to. Just find clients that you can help solve their specific problem, and you will get practice. You'll start learning how to do the thing. You'll get on the job training, and you'll also get a feedback loop. Like, hey, how was that? Like, what can I learn from this? You'll get testimonials from these customers that you can then put on your website. Okay. You don't need to have a website fully automated and looking awesome before you can start getting clients. I'm telling you guys, you don't need that. It's a big misconception that we have to have all this stuff lined up before we start getting customers, doing the work, and building our client base and our testimonial base, which is going to be really important for when you start charging more money and getting more clients. Just get leads, get deals. Alex Hormozy talks about this all the time. Get your first 5 customers and do it for free if you have to. You're going to suck at it. You're not going to be great at this. So embrace that. And after you get those testimonials, then you can start charging because now you have value. Now you have proof of concept. Hey, Brian did a good job. I recommend this person to do it. And now you can start charging more. And you continue that cycle until you get up to a higher rate. And then also while you're doing this, while you're going through this process of getting clients and getting the feedback loop, which is, hey, I need to tweak this with my product or service, you'll start to uncover additional problems that those clients will have. And you can solve for that. You can create other products, other services. You can make yours better And then ultimately, you'll get to the point where you will start to niche down. You do not need to have a 4 or 5 level niche down product or service right when you're starting. Go broad in the beginning because, again, you don't really know what you're doing. You just need to start. And again, you're starting this while you're still employed. So there's not really a lot of risk here. You're just simply getting out there, doing the business. Now, obviously, you would have already picked the business before step 1, which is incorporate. We know that. That goes without saying. But that's it. Guys, you don't need to have all this other stuff lined up. You don't need to have a ton of money. You don't need to have a ton of expertise and knowledge and skill. You are going to suck at that. The knowledge and the expertise is going to come from you actually doing the work and getting the feedback and constantly improving and giving yourself a timeline that is super realistic. And that timeline is not 3 months. That timeline is not 6 months. This is a long time. But that's it, guys. That's all you need to get started in business. Open up an LLC, open up a bank account, and start getting customers. Then you figure all the other stuff out. Too many of you are thinking that you need to have a checklist of 15 or 20 things figured out before you get into business. That's it. I challenge all of you to just run with that right now, today, and you will be ahead of 95% of the people that are out there who want to start businesses that never do anything. Because step 1 is to simply open up a corporation, open up an LLC, and get going. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I hope that this message serves you and inspires you. I'll see you tomorrow. Make it an excellent day.